The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that the drama is reaching new heights in GC. Claire finds herself in the midst of a family war, while Victor finds some dirt on newcomer Damien. Audra Charles' past will come back to haunt her as she meets Holden. Also, watch as Summer and Phyllis fight for what they really want. Let's dive into all the thrilling drama that is awaiting us. Victor has Damien updates. Audra acts sneaky. First off, Victor has some big news about Lily Winters, and it's exactly what she's been waiting for. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor will deliver the results of his investigation into Damien Kane. Will Damien's past expose some dark secrets? Could there be criminal cover-ups or something even worse? We know Lily has been suspicious of Damien from the beginning, so Victor's findings might confirm her worst fears. In the meantime, Nate Hastings isn't taking any chances. He'll be keeping a close eye on Damien, making sure Amy Lewis doesn't get caught in any potential fallout. Trust won't come easy, and Damien has a lot to prove. Elsewhere, Audra Charles is doing everything she can to keep her past under wraps, but Holden Novak isn't making it easy. My and our spoilers tease that Audra's history with Holden may be more complicated than she's letting on. If Nate catches them spending too much time together, he could start asking some uncomfortable questions. Moreover, Holden might not be ready to just walk away and might push for a romantic reunion in the coming weeks. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire plans to betray Grandpa. Claire Newman will soon be put to a loyalty test by Kyle Abbott. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Kyle will push Claire to pick a side as the Newman-Abbott war heats up. Victor has already hinted at a major Abbott shakeup, and Kyle isn't about to sit back and let it happen. He might want his girlfriend to snoop around and figure out what Victor is up to. Claire might feel torn. Helping Kyle could mean betraying her grandfather, but staying loyal to Victor could put the Abbotts in jeopardy. Things get even trickier if Claire stumbles upon something big like the spies Victor may have planted at Abbott. Will she tell Kyle and Jack the truth or keep it to herself? Either way, Claire is about to find herself in a tight spot, and one wrong move could have major consequences. Elsewhere in GC, Summer Newman is gearing up for a battle of her own, and her target is clear: Kyle Abbott. She's been dancing around her feelings, but Y and R spoilers suggest that won't last much longer. The second Summer sees an opening. She'll make her move, using every obstacle in Kyle and Claire's relationship to her advantage. We will also see Phyllis Summers stirring the pot between Billy and Sally. So stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily to get your daily dose of the Young and the Restless spoilers. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, February 21 reveal the action is hot and heavy today on your favorite daytime drama, as February sweeps keeps rolling right along. Victor Newman scores in his bid for info, and Summer Newman isn't ready to give up on Kyle Abbott. Here's what to know. The Young and the Restless spoilers. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Damien's peace offering, Summer works Kyle, Victor digs for dirt. By Tanya Clark, last updated Feb 21, 2025. Share. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Damien's peace offering, Summer works Kyle, Victor digs for dirt. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, February 21 reveal the action is hot and heavy today on your favorite daytime drama, as February sweeps keeps rolling right along. Victor Newman scores in his bid for info, and Summer Newman isn't ready to give up on Kyle Abbott. Here's what to know. Summer can't get a hold of Mama Bear Phyllis Summers, and that concerns her. When does Phyllis ever blow off her kids, let alone miss a planned meal she herself arranged? Savvy Summer is worried, and she decides to kill two birds with one stone by telling Kyle about Phyllis' non-appearance. Also present is Claire Newman. her love rival. Big meet up at Crimson Lights. Summer is playing mind games by having Kyle coo over her dilemma. This is beneath a strong professional woman like Summer, but you know what they say, all's fair in love and war. At one point, the convo switches to how Victor is rejecting Claire's romance. Summer can't help but marvel how Victor accepted her with Kyle, but not with Claire. Summer tries to be practical with the couple, but she's really gloating. Meow. Summer is a damsel in distress. Spoiler alert. During the Friday episode, Kyle tests Claire's loyalty. We're not sure how we feel about this. Will Kyle mention Victor's latest ploy to ruin his family and probe Claire for details? Really, how is this romance going to work when both parties are on opposite sides of the GC War of the Worlds? At the same time, wily Victor goes fishing for info on mysterious Damien Kane. Lily Winters asked him to get some intel on Damien, and Victor agreed. It was the least he could do after baiting and switching her out of a job. Victor ultimately gets Damien's number, and it's wise of Lily to suspect him. Damien is attracted to her, so this situation promises to be a messy one, as he's also Nate Winters' brother. Damien likes Lily. Lily told Damien she may go out with him if he patches things up with this dying mom, Amy Lewis, and this proves to be the motivation he needs. But Nate won't let Damien hurry Amy, and he takes a protective stance with Amy. Tell us why, and our fans, are you shipping Lily and Damien? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the young and the restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that the show could be gearing up for a runaway bride twist, which could lead to a certain character's wedding flopping hard. Y and R's next marriage ceremony could end in disaster, so let's talk about how things might play out. Back when Abby Winters and Devin Winters got hitched, Audra Charles made her feelings about marital unions known. Although Audra tried to play up her belief that marriage was archaic and overrated, she was still the one to catch the bouquet at the reception. Of course, now we've got Holden Novak acting surprised over Audra settling down in a committed relationship with Nate Hastings. That's something that has no doubt surprised Audra as well, since she was previously more of a no-strings-attached kind of girl. Audra doesn't like to give her heart away, since that makes it possible for it to be broken. With all this in mind, the show seems to be setting Audra up for a crushing downfall. Audra should have come clean with Nate right away when it came to her past with Holden, but she chose to keep her mouth shut. There are clearly some other secrets buried in Audra's history that she doesn't want anyone to know about. Holden helped Audra out of a jam back when she worked for Tucker McCall, and whatever that jam was must have been a doozy. Could Audra have gone to prison if Holden hadn't intervened? If so, Audra might potentially still face charges depending on whatever gets revealed down the road. Regardless, Audra's feelings about marriage may evolve to the point where she agrees to marry Nate. It's easy to picture Nate locking in an Audra engagement in the not-too-distant future. That might even lead to an extra speedy wedding if Audra and Nate want to tie the knot before Amy Lewis passes away. Amy has become like a mother figure to Audra, so we could buy the idea of Audra and Nate throwing their ceremony together quickly so she could be there. Unfortunately, Nate and Audra's potential attempt to wed may not go according to plan. Could that be when Audra and Holden's past connection gets revealed? Nate might dump Audra at the altar if he realizes how much she's piled on the deception. It could lead to Audra running away in tears, that is, if she even makes it to the wedding at all. We could also imagine Audra being a runaway bride who bails on the ceremony altogether if she fears the walls are closing in. It could lead to Nate getting stood up before ultimately realizing Audra's been lying to him. No matter how it all goes down, Y&R has laid the groundwork for Audra and Nate to potentially have a wedding day. Now that they've introduced this shady situation with Holden, they've also set the stage for Audra's heartbreak. That could mean Audra's nuptials will fall apart in the end. So stick with us for more wedding-related predictions and updates on any bad news that's brewing. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra has some devastation ahead no matter what. It's the place to be for terrific Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your favorite hotspot. The Young and the Restless recap for Thursday sees Damien trying to get Lily to see things from his point of view while Audra and Holden meet. Daniel and Summer enlist Chance to help them find Phyllis, while Sally and Billy's trip is interrupted by Daniel's worry over his mom. What happened on The Young and the Restless? Audra and Nate sat at home sipping tea. He asked if involving her in his family issues was too much. Amy joined them, admitting she hadn't slept due to overthinking. Nate offered her breakfast and shared that there was no news from Damien. Amy felt like a failure, and she decided it was time to go home. Nate wanted to help more, but she insisted he had done enough. She thanked him for helping her remember his father, and he assured her that his dad would want him to keep supporting her. Audra received a text from Holden asking to meet. She revealed that Damien might still be in town, which surprised Nate. She downplayed it and suggested this was an opportunity to convince Holden to make Damien stay longer. Amy hesitated to hope again, but Audra urged her to let her try. Nate joked about Holden dazzling Audra, but she assured them she could handle it. She set up a lunch meeting, applied perfume, and left. Amy warned that this was not a game, but Nate believed Audra was the real danger. Amy worried she'd get sicker due to her disappointment. Nate said he had contacted an oncologist. He promised support, and Amy agreed to send her records. Love at first sight? At Crimson Lights, Damien told Holden they weren't leaving because of Lily, Crystal Khalil. He introduced himself to her, and she guessed he was Amy's son. They discussed their near-family connection, and he wished Nate's job offer had been genuine. He offered her a drink, but she called out his deception. When he asked for a chance to know her, Lily told him that his mom wanted to see him. Damien said Amy tried too hard to change him, so he cut ties. Lily urged him to let her believe he forgave her. He insisted that he didn't need anything from his mother or Nate. Lily warned that anger made people unpredictable. Damien brushed it off, but accepted her dinner invitation only if he made peace with his mom first. At Society, Holden met Audra. She clarified that their meeting was strictly business. She wanted Damien to see his dying mother. Holden hinted that Damien was staying because of a woman. Meanwhile, Damien arrived at Nate's penthouse, shocking Amy. "Where's Phyllis?" At Genoa City Athletic Club, Daniel left another message for his mother, worried about her silence. Summer showed up, and she worried too. In Paris, Billy and Sally shared a moment before he received Daniel's call. Daniel feared Phyllis was missing. Billy reassured him, saying she was spontaneous. After hanging up, he told Sally he wasn't too worried, but admitted Daniel had been through a lot. Billy tried calling Phyllis himself, but there was no answer. Sally asked if he wanted to return home to search, but he said no. Back at GCAC, Summer and Daniel checked with the staff, but no one had seen Phyllis. They decided to call Chance. He showed up, and they told him their concerns. Summer insisted he find Phyllis. She even suggested it could help redeem Chance for what he put Daniel through. Chance promised to look into it. Actor Braden is known for his work on The Young and the Restless. The actor recently shared a surprising move with fans. Some of these fans have been sharing their thoughts on the matter on social media. Braden shared an update without much of an explanation. Braden is a German-born American actor known for playing Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless. He first appeared as the character in 1980. The role was originally intended for a brief run. However, Newman proved popular enough to stay on the show for a few decades. As his character, Braden is known for keeping fans guessing what he'll do next. However, the actor himself recently surprised fans with a move on social media. Taking to Instagram, Braden shared a screenshot of his X account. As it revealed, the actor had officially left the platform, which is Elon Musk's rebrand of Twitter. Braden did not share much information with his post, as there wasn't even a caption. Thanks to this, it is currently unclear just why the actor left the platform. While the actor himself didn't write much in the post, a few fans still shared comments. As many noted, Braden isn't alone in his recent departure from X. One user noted, "Mr. Victor Newman is always a vibe. Left X too." Another user even claimed Braden's recent action inspired them to do the same. As they noted, "I think a lot of people are making the same move. You've inspired me to do the same." The actor also recently shared a Thanksgiving post. Some also felt that Braden's decision should be respected. As one user wrote, "He can deactivate his account if he wants to. Why are some of you so hurt about it? It's just a stupid app, and the number of followers means nothing. If you love Eric just as much as most of us do, it shouldn't even matter. Have a happy Thanksgiving." A few days later, the actor also shared an Instagram post wishing fans a happy Thanksgiving. This suggests that he hasn't left social media altogether. Many fans guessed that Braden was sharing the post in character as Victor. As one fan wrote, "One about Victor, he's gonna post on the holidays." As noted by SoapHub, Braden isn't the only actor from The Young and the Restless to leave X. His co-star Cameron Grimes, who plays Cassie Newman, also recently announced she would do the same. What do you think of Braden's recent move on social media? The Young and the Restless has launched a new mystery surrounding Phyllis. After months of Phyllis literally being on the warpath, the fiery redhead has gone radio silent. Phyllis being quiet has set off alarm bells for Daniel, especially after she missed breakfast with Summer. The last time my and our fans saw Phyllis was on Valentine's Day when she had a dream about Billy. Now that Daniel has informed Billy of the latest with Phyllis, even he seems worried. February sweeps are winding down, and Phyllis being MIA means something is brewing for sure. Where is Phyllis on Young and the Restless? There's no way that Phyllis would purposely shut off communication with her kids. Let's not forget that it took everything in Summer and Daniel to forgive Phyllis for faking her own death a couple of years ago. Phyllis is many things, but she would not risk losing her children again. All signs point to Phyllis not missing on her own accord. Oh yes, we have a feeling that Ian has returned upon his near death, and this time, he's taken Phyllis as part of his next revenge plan. Everyone in Genoa City thinks Ian died. However, the Young and the Restless viewers know that is not the case. Ian's return would certainly shake up the humdrum sweeps month, where there has been minimal action. The only shocker was the Holden and Damien twist, and it didn't really have that wow factor that usually comes during sweeps month. Then again, Phyllis could be doing what she does best, stirring the pot and showing up in Paris to disrupt Billy and Sally's trip. Is Michelle Stafford leaving Y and R as Phyllis? Phyllis' sudden vanishing act also has E and R fans in a frenzy that fan favorite Michelle Stafford is once again leaving the hit CBS soap. Rumors regarding Michelle exiting the show have become the norm ever since she returned following her stint on General Hospital. The actress has not indicated she wants to say goodbye to the Young and the Restless and Phyllis again. In fact, Michelle was on hand the other day to celebrate Eric Braden's 45th anniversary as Victor Newman. Perhaps Michelle needed a couple of weeks off, which is how the writers gave her that time. Honestly though, Phyllis' absence has Ian written all over it and seems very storyline driven, not driven by something else like Michelle's leaving. Only time will tell what's really going on with Phyllis. We just hope it leads to some excitement and juicy entertainment. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on CBS. CBS will add Beyond the Gates to their daytime lineup in a few days. Beyond the Gates is the first new soap to premiere in over 25 years. It's a big deal for a network to launch a soap at a time when daytime cancellation is always looming. Beyond the Gates will be the first ever predominantly black hour-long soap, adding another layer of anticipation for the new series. CBS has been airing a special all week long to get fans excited to check out the show. Now, other soap stars are sharing their excitement and support while welcoming Beyond the Gates to the soap family. Young and the Restless stars are ready for Beyond the Gates. Speaking with Soaps.com, the Young and the Restless stars Sean Dominic, Jason Thompson, Lauren Lott, and Zulika Silver all shared their happiness about the new CBS soap. Kudos to them. I want to see this show rock out, and I'm excited to see the cast. I hear it might be some people that I know, Sean joked. I want this show to do great, and I would love to do some crossovers too. Meanwhile, Jason thinks it's fantastic that a new soap is launching at a time when many feel that daytime dramas have become a thing of the past. We're totally here to support it, he shared. Zulika echoed Jason's excitement about having a new soap in the family while insisting soaps are not going anywhere. Having a whole black soap feels good to Lauren. The actress admitted it also shows the progress made in the daytime industry. It's an honor to hear that it's coming, Lauren expressed. Days of Our Lives stars show support for Beyond the Gates. Martha Madison, Colton Little, Stephen Nichols, and Brandon Beamer from Days of Our Lives also got in on sharing their happiness to have a new daytime drama in the mix. Stephen revealed that Michelle Valjean, who created and is the head writer for Beyond the Gates, wrote for him when he played Stephen Cassadine on General Hospital. I think it's going to be fabulous. She's a really great writer, and I'm very excited for the new show, he expressed. Colton calls the cast amazing, diverse, and wonderful. Days of Our Lives alum Mike Manning plays Bradley Smitty Smith on Beyond the Gates, and Colton gave him a shout-out. It's gonna be incredible, Colton spilled. Brandon and Martha gushed over the entire Beyond the Gates team, from producers to writers to cast. They are in awe of the talent on the new soap and are ready to see everyone in action. The soap world is rallying behind Beyond the Gates before the premiere, and we would expect nothing less. This likely won't be the last we hear from the soap world, as the new CBS daytime drama hits the airwaves next week. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Nate's place, he tells Audra to let him know if she's had enough of his family drama. She asks why he'd say that. He says she's quiet this morning. She's letting Amy rest. Amy appears and guesses Damien hasn't been back in touch. Nate's sorry, there's been no word. Amy thinks he must be back at home, going about his business like nothing happened. Audra and Nate try to make her feel better, but she says she's a failure. Nate thinks Damien's behavior is on him. Amy thinks it's time she said goodbye to them and went home. Why Damien stayed? At Crimson Lights, Holden warns Damien there's only so long they can keep things on ice in LA. Are they going back today? Damien says there's been a change of plans, but not because of his mother. Just then Lily walks in. Holden asks if she's the reason. Damien smirks. What do you think? Holden gets it, but there are plenty of beautiful women back home. Damien says she's not there. It took a minute, but he found out her name. Lily Winters. She's Nate's cousin. My family tree just got a whole lot more interesting. He explains to Holden that there's no blood between them whatsoever. He gets up and walks over to offer Lily a cup of coffee. She says she already has one. He introduces himself as Damien Kane and she gops, "You're Amy Lewis' son." Damien muses, "So you know about me. All good, I'm sure." Lily says, "Not really. She heard all about him from her cousin, Nate Hastings." She explains that they're not related and tells him her name. She asks him about going back to LA. He's not headed back just yet. She's glad. He's left a lot of things undone here. She's sure a man like him has more pride than to run away. Lily says she knows what it's like to get shocking news that turns your past and future upside down. If you let, Damien won't let it. She asks why he's still there. He'll buy her a coffee and try to explain. Audra gets a text. At his place, Nate wants another chance to make this right for Amy, who says he's done so much already. Nate is grateful for her helping him learn more about his father, who would want him to keep fighting to help her and Damien. Amy hopes one day her son will reach out to Nate. She'll try to find peace in that. Nate vows he'll go all the way to LA to hound him if he has to. Audra gets a text and tells Nate that he may not have to go that far. Damien may still be in Genoa City. Holden just asked her to go for a bite. Nate frowns. How did he get her number? Audra shrugs that they seem like resourceful types. Nate thinks it's bold of him to reach out, knowing they're seeing each other. Audra says this is their chance. She just has to get Holden to agree to do what they asked and work on Damien. Amy asks if she'd really meet with a stranger for her sake. Audra repeats that this is their chance. She's asking Amy to let her take this shot and find out if Damien's in town. Amy agrees. Audra texts Holden and discovers that Damien is still in town. Amy gives her the go-ahead, so she texts back that she'll meet him for lunch. In Crimson Lights, Lily agrees to keep an open mind while Damien explains himself. Holden introduces himself, and Lily recalls that he was the one who pretended to be his boss. Very deceitful. Holden points out Nate lied to Damien about a job offer. Damien steps in and says Holden is a good friend, who only did what he asked. Lily wonders if he's sneaky and dishonest then. She wonders if maybe they should head back to lay Damien wouldn't have a chance to get to know her better if he was on a flight. Searching for Phyllis. At the GCAC, Daniel leaves another voicemail for his mother and asks her to please call, even if it's just to tell him to stop calling her. Summer shows up and he explains that something is very wrong. In Paris, Sally and Billy come in from their productive day. Sally gushes about him surprising her for lunch at the bistro. She teases that she needs a nap and pulls him into a kiss. They're making out when his phone rings. Sally urges him to answer it. It's Daniel who asks Billy if he's heard from his mom. Billy says she called him last night, which was earlier in their day there. Daniel asks if he hears from her to ask her to call him. Billy finds this weird. He deduces that Phyllis is missing and he's worried. Daniel may be overreacting, but he doesn't feel good about this. Billy tells Daniel that Phyllis sounded fine when he spoke to her. He wonders if she has a boyfriend and might have had a date. Daniel says she's not seeing anything they know. Billy suggests she may have hopped a flight to Chicago to go shopping. Phones die. I suggest you give her a little more time. Daniel doesn't have much choice. They agree to keep each other updated and disconnect. Sally asks, so Phyllis is missing. Billy says she's either missing or unreachable. Summer and Daniel are worried. Sally says, and now you are too. They discuss the situation, and Billy says Phyllis can get caught up in her own chaos. Sally doesn't think she'd do it now. Sally points out someone drove Phyllis off the road. Billy says those people are dead. There's nothing to worry about. He'll try calling her and hope she answers. In the GCAC, Summer tells Daniel the athletic club people haven't seen their mother. They've wasted time, and now they need to call Chance. Daniel nods. Mission: make Damien see Amy. At Nate's place, Audra comes down the stairs all dolled up, and her boyfriend marvels that she's ready to take on the world. Amy warns this isn't a game, she doesn't trust this guy. Audra doesn't either, but suggests Nate stay with Amy. She tells them not to worry and leaves. Nate wants to get Amy some breakfast, but she asks him not to fuss. Nate's happy she has the energy to snap at him. They recap that Damien is still there, so there's still hope. Amy's not sure how much more her heart can take. At society, Holden's surprised that Audra accepted his invitation. She tells him it's not a date. This is a means to an end. I am here for Nate and for Amy. I need you to do whatever it takes to change Damien's mind. He needs to see his mother, and you need to make that happen. Audra thinks Holden can make himself useful. It doesn't matter how they came face to face, it was an unwelcome surprise. Holden grins about her running hot and cold and congratulates her on her new life post-Tucker McCall. Audra says that new life is with Nate. Holden asks if she loves him. Audra won't discuss it. There is a dying woman who wants to see her son before she passes. Will you convince Damien to see her or not? Holden tells her that's one of the reasons Damien's still in town. The other is a woman. Audra asks, who is she? Holden won't betray his boss' confidence. At Crimson Lights, Damien wants Lily to tell her all about the wonders of her city. Holden tells him he's taking off for a bit. Damien tells Lily that until she tells him to leave, he's fine where he is. Lily mocks his charm. Damien asks, do you know why I didn't catch that flight? Because of you. She knocked him sideways, and he needed to know more about her. Lily finds this heartbreaking. His mother is pining for her son, and Nate is trying hard to connect with him. Damien asks, can you honestly say you're not the least bit curious about me? Damien complains to Lily that Nate and Amy ambushed him, but he did what they asked. She asks why they cut ties. Damien says that after their father died, nothing was ever going to be the same. Amy wanted him to follow a path that didn't interest him. She couldn't let go of trying to change him, so he let go. Lily asks how he reached his level of success. According to Amy's timeline, your success happened pretty fast, almost unrealistically so. Did he play by the rules? Damien makes his own, but if she means legitimate avenues, then yes. She asks, what's your secret? It wouldn't be a secret if he told, now would it? Lily asks Damien, does he not want to give his mother a little piece before he goes? Damien snarks, and then what? Hug my new half-brother. Lily thinks someone holding onto as much anger as he is unpredictable. Damien says there's nothing he wants or needs from them. How, exactly? Is he a threat? Lily says whether she trusts him or not isn't the point. Her parents passed away, and she always felt there was so much left unsaid. He might wake up one day and wish he hadn't let Amy go like this. His regrets are reserved for the people who didn't lie to him. Lily says if he didn't care, this wouldn't bother his so much. Damien asks her to dinner. Lily tells him to ask her again after he's made peace with his mother. He grins as she walks out. At Nate's place, Amy is afraid being let down will feed her illness. Nate concedes he reached out to his colleague and asks her to allow him to send her medical records. Amy thinks there's no point, but Nate's friend works in research. Please, let me do this for you. Amy sees this as another way to get her hopes up. Nate assures her he and Audra will be there every step of the way. His father would want this for her, for all of them. Amy agrees to let him send her medical records to his friend. Thank you for wanting to save me. Nate's just passing her information along to a friend. Amy owes him more than she can say. A knock comes at the door. Nate opens it to Damien. Is Amy here? He asks. Nate says yes and invites him in. Amy looks thunderstruck. Chance on the case. In Paris, Billy leaves Phyllis a message asking her to please call her kids, and to call him too. He disconnects and rants to Sally that this isn't fair to her kids. Sally agrees that it's stressful and asks if he wants to go home and look for Phyllis. Billy says the kids are on it and Daniel will let him know when he hears from Phyllis. He teases that it sounds like Sally is trying to kick him out. Sally says, Phyllis will turn up. It's going to be Oak. She hugs him. At the GVAC, Chance joins Daniel and Summer, who update him on Phyllis' disappearance. Chance is sure there's an explanation. Summer asks him to please track her mom down. It would be a step toward making things right for the way he treated her brother. Chance will do whatever he can. Summer hopes this is just her mom being mom, but she doesn't think it is. Daniel worries it's a bad sign that Chance is taking this seriously. Chance reassures him and tells Summer, "I'm on it."